What's going on, world? It's your boy at Big Game James _36, and this is Big Games BS, part of the Media Group, presented by the MFTK Foundation.com, which also puts on. We're going to be promoting here very soon. I don't know if we have any clips of the Miami or stuff for the Miami tailgate, but the Miami tailgate is on and popping. It is live. We are doing it. I talked to Pete. We will be having Seminoles. We will be having more representation. We will not have any bad weather to get in the way this go around. But we got a lot of stuff going on this Friday. We will kind of just gotta figure out how I want to arrange the show during football season again. So I know we have our church announcements, but it's too early to really get the announcements going. But yeah, just I don't know what else to tell you. But I do know this. What I can tell you is the growth has been great. I want to give Miles a shout out here on this fucking Friday. Appreciate you, Miles. You've been doing hard work. Appreciate Jaden, who does a ton of work, hard work. And we got to remember, Jaden, are you're studying now for the LSAT, right, Jaden?
Yeah, I'm gonna take it in November.
Yeah, so Jaden got to go to college, go back to college you going next fall, right? That's the goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got my guy Jaden. We got to make sure we big up. Been doing a lot of work. Been doing some numbers. We got the shooters. We got tons of cool content that you can't get anywhere else. We got the interview with Mr. Alford. We got me and CJ's interview chopped up. We also got the fantasy football going. Do we have I know some things about what happened with the Ethan Pritchard situation for the fans who want to know. We can talk about that when we do our Florida State segment. But yes, prayers to that family. Hopefully Jaden got the GoFundMe up there so y'all can go support it. Coach Norvell did a thing with that as well. Trying to think of what other announcements we need to kind of make before, while people are trying to share this. Make sure you share it. Hit the like button, subscribe, consider becoming a member. In about 8 minutes, if you didn't know, I forgot that they played Thursday. I thought they didn't play Thursday night football for week 1 for some reason. But so it threw me off the game. So I apologize to anybody who doesn't have Dak Prescott or Jalen Hurts or whatever. But at 9:30, we will be doing the fantasy football draft. It will be going on during this show. I will probably see who I auto draft and make the announcements live on this. So if you're on that, but make sure, I hope you guys did your pick'ems because hey, it's there. $50 this week. I still owe my guy Grant $50 and the tickets to the game. The only show that's giving people things like this, that does giveaway. So people be texting me randomly. Oh, yeah, it's whatever. But yeah, so that's what we got with that. So let's start off this show the same way we start our show off each and every day with a good word of prayer.
You already know what time it is, dog. Thank you, God, for another day. Thank you, God, for another day. Thank you, God. God is great. All the time. All the time. Nobody wanna thank you, God. Thank you, God.
Yeah, so yeah, we got a lot to talk about today. A lot of good things have been going on. So shout out to my all-in member Joseph Trejo. Real cool. Got a chance to meet him. Dope guy. Took advantage of everything except for the sideline passes. I got to make sure next time you go to an FSU game, we get you some pregame sideline passes, sir. That is important.
All right, so welcome everybody to the morning edition of Big Games BS here on Friday, September 5th. So, if this is your first time at the show, welcome. And it's called Big Games BS because we bring the good, the bad, and the BS, especially of the football world, to your screens, eyes, and ears. We have a lot of BS to discuss with last night's Thursday night NFL game that kicked off the season, but we're going to get into that as well. But first, we have an MFTK segment to discuss as well while highlighting a specific player on the Mandarin U football team. Before transitioning into some FSU football talk and FSU sports talk as well, we got a wide variety of topics to discuss before talking about college football overall, then talking about the games that are coming up this week and ultimately making a parlay with some of those games. Before getting into the NFL segment, we're going to recap the Cowboys versus Eagles matchup last night that had a lot of weather delays, a lot of long weather delays, I might add. And then we're going to get into some players while also looking at the first week slate of games that's occurring, that has already occurred this week. And then we're going to do another big games parlay for that one as well, courtesy of The Rock, Hard Rock. And then we have our big games BS segment for today, where we bring the scope of the conversation outside of the typical football world. We are starting with our BS or busting segment, where James rates food. Then we have some popular culture subjects to touch on that I know the fans are going to enjoy. But first things first, tonight is a high school football matchup of Mandarin versus Sandalwood. Got it for you right here, courtesy of Mandarin High School Football's X account. James, I know we like to give the score predictions for the games. I know last week you predicted a shutout for the Atlantic Coast game. They scored 16, but Mandarin, y'all scored 54 points. Then y'all beat Creekside 42-20. So, what are your predictions for the score for this Sandalwood game that is at Sandalwood at 6:30?
Sandalwood should not score a point. Sandalwood is pretty bad right now. Atlantic Coast is we got better. My guy Lenny, they did some things, took advantage of some stuff that on defense that we didn't do well. But yeah, man, this is Sandalwood used to be a really good program. It just died. So I can't. It's going to be a lot to a little. They just to put it in perspective, to score 49 points in a football game is difficult. Any guys play video games, like, it's like you got to score a lot of points, right? Scoring 56 points in a game is difficult. There's a thing called the mercy rule, where there's a running clock, but you have to get to the third quarter for the mercy to be shown. Reigns Vikings scored 49 points in a quarter. Not 15-minute college quarters, a 12-minute quarter. Like, our ODK for the game was, which ODK is when you break down offense, defense, special teams, and you have to you have to label it. And the only thing we couldn't call it a play, we had to label it punt return or fumble recovery. Like that's 7 times 7 is 49. Just so you guys know that. To get 7 drives in a game is a lot. 7 drives in a fucking quarter? I almost feel bad about playing this game. I mean, it was 60 points scored in a half. That's a lot. Kudos to Reigns for creating absolutely unwatchable film. That's what a good team should do. I personally, I know we're not going to do this, but I wish Toby would go and allow us to. I don't want to beat the team by 77 and be for naught. That's embarrassing. That is like, but I would love to score. The record in Duval County for most lopsided score is 85-0. So if we had the opportunity to score 86 points, that would be clutch. We gotta work on some things. So, but it should be a blowout. And we should have that stream today. Hopefully Sandalwood will allow us to be able to be great. And we'll figure that out. That's really the go. So if it's streamed, it'll be on Did Media Group, or you can go to check out the Recruit app. If you go to your Apple, your iOS store, your Google Play Store, you can go download the Recruit app, or you go to follow them on IG, and you can be able to see it there, or Did Media Group. You can the questions were there. We'll still have the play-by-play guy. We'll have a bunch of things that will be there for you guys to enjoy. I appreciate everybody who jumped on the server last week. We got to enjoy the next 2 weeks, because when we play IMG, it could be like that. IMG's trenches are just fucking incredible, man. No, all respect to them for that.
Since we're on the topic of Mandarin U, we would be remiss if we didn't highlight B5's award he received from Whataburger. So, courtesy of Whataburger, B5 is the Week 2 Whataburger Player of the Week. So, he scored on offense, defense, and special teams with a touchdown catch, 100-yard pick six, and a 65-yard punt return in the previously discussed 54-16 win over Atlantic Coast on all three sides of the ball.
Is this a safe space to talk about people's children? This is not an indictment of Atlantic Coast. That we knew this was going to happen. It's God's will. And he really is like that. Atlantic Coast backup quarterback was a backup quarterback for Mandarin last year. He transferred to Atlantic Coast and was trying to get all of our kids to go over to Atlantic Coast, like recruiting hard. It's a clip. Jaden, can you pull up Mandarin University so I can let the people see how you can also follow us? You know, we try to do some real cool, creative things. We're going to build our clientele up. Like we're gonna like this might be a new line of business. Me creating PR for local high schools. But Mandarin University, if you go to mandarinuniversity.com, you'll see I'm talking about the actual website. Jaden. You'll see a recap of the previous game. There's pictures, there's footage. You can also go there to see our you can click on the stream as well. But I break it down with players of the game, and defensive player of the game, offensive player of the game, and special teams player of the game. And what stinks is I don't like giving it to one person, but Bryson got all of them. It should be at number 2, the one with the lineman coming out of the just scroll all the way down. So that's just what it looks like. You can go check it out on your own, mandarinuniversity.com. You can see JV stuff. Keep scrolling because it just goes to the all right. So let's see the punt. So go to the special teams player of the week. So let's click on that so we can see this. Oh, no 27 Blackman. Lincoln's looking pretty good this so far. They played Nice High School today at Nice, so I'm kind of rooting for Lincoln, even though I don't. There's a person on Lincoln's team that I just can't fucking stand. All right, but let's watch. So that's Aiden, and I want you guys to see what should have happened. Bryson took food off my running back's plate because Aiden didn't want to hand the ball off because we run an RPO when he was at Mandarin, and he's still fucking my running backs to this day. Just give it like this is the pick 6 by Bryson. He was sacked, man. Just go down. Why did he throw it like a glitch off of Madden? Then with the pick from Big Game. Oh no, is that you, Jaden, or is that me? You pick Bijan? The draft is happening, so. Anyway, so but let's click on the other highlights. Look at well, my bad. That was a defensive player. That was a defensive player of the week. My bad. Click on the offensive play, the special teams. Did you click on the special teams play? Because that means we got the wrong play up.
No, I did.
Yeah, we got 2 151s. Yeah, so I got to change that. That's not the special teams play. I'll get that fixed. But click on his offensive player of the week. So before this play, context, this DB said, this is supposed to be y'all 5-star. 5-star where? He's not that good. And then I don't even think this was the play call, but Knox decides to say, oh, yeah? All right. Watch me spin this. Oh, damn. You got to move. The guy was mugging him. He got 1 flag for pass interference. Then he cursed. And watch this referee. Watch this technique. And he pointed at him. And you see Bryson like, yeah, I'm that dude. All right. But cool. But yeah, Bryson is like that, though. And it's not fair when we play other teams. Yeah, damn, now I got to fix that. I hate when I got to do stuff like that. But we got that. Stream the game for Sandalwood. Should be I need the reps. We need the views. We need the streams. We need all of those different things so we could get better and as we continue to stream games through the years.
Speaking of games, we're going to talk about views for the FSU football game that occurred last week between them and Alabama. So they had 10.7 million average viewership with a peak of 12.9 million viewers. So this is the highest mid-afternoon week 1 audience on record, second highest peak audience for any game during week 1, and the 7th highest 3:30 window for any regular season game in the college football playoff era box office. Then we also have this courtesy of ACC football as well. And their caption is, quote, the only conference to be featured in all of ESPN's top games of opening weekend, the ACC, unquote. You have Miami and Notre Dame with 10.8 million average viewership. Then you have FSU coming in right at second with 10.7 million average viewership. Clemson, LSU, 10.4. UNC, TCU, 6.1. VT, South Carolina, 5.4. And lastly, Georgia Tech and Colorado with 3.7 million average viewership. James, looks like the SEC won't let the Big Ten scoop us up because, man, these numbers are very, very crucial, and it shows the brand equity on television.
To quote the great poet laureate, Sean Carter, people lined up to see the Titanic sinking. Instead, we rose from the ashes like a phoenix. People want to watch Florida State lose, but unfortunately, Florida State winning is good for business. So we went out there and we slayed Goliath. Everybody told us about how badasses Bama was, like they didn't lose over Vanderbilt and fucking Oklahoma last year. Well, we had to show them. We had to show them that, hey, at least we're better than Vanderbilt and Oklahoma. Like, Florida State is like 6-2 against the SEC in the last few years. Like, if we played the SEC schedule against the top teams, so if we played the SEC schedule, we would be in the playoffs consistently. ACC had a lot of watch television.
Yeah, it looks like the ACC is doing their thing for their viewers, especially for ESPN ranking in the top of the games right here. Looks like all the ACC slander seems to be unwarranted, man. We got a lot of views to back up the tweets we post on social media. So, man.
What's crazy about this is Miami primetime, only thing showing. Georgia Tech, Colorado, primetime with primetime, only thing showing. Clemson, LSU, I believe they had a better slot than us, if I remember correctly. North Carolina, TCU, primetime, only thing showing. Florida State, 3:30 Saturday, pulled that with tons of competition. We are the box office boys. We are the opening act, the headliner, and the after party. Remember that. We all that in a bag of chips. Or as Biggie said, we all that and a dime sack.
With FSU's win over Alabama, we wanted to highlight some instant impact freshmen who have been doing their thing on the field for the Seminoles during that first game. One being Mandrell Desir, who had 4 tackles, 2 solo, and played 29 snaps. Usman Chroma, the running back from Georgia, who had 38 yards total and who accumulated 4.4 yards per carry. Javon Boggs, who is the first freshman wide receiver to start a season opener since 1992. And the other twin, Daryl Desir. And lastly, Chase Lofton. So 5 true freshmen recorded a snap versus Alabama during last week's game. And we just wanted to show some love to the freshmen that helped get us that 31-17 victory over the Crimson Tide.
Man, shoot. Man, put that up again.
Got you. Give me 1 second. Got it right here.
But what about the freshmen? What about them? What about it? Like, this is just good. Like, again, and that's not even counting everybody. So like, it's just, man, these I ain't gonna hold, man. Them twins, man. Twins are a lot better than what we thought, man. They're doing work. Oh, and then it's even guys, man, damn, I can't think of it that we forgot about. The number 5, the D tackles of Loins, Chris Lyons, like everybody forgot about him. He did major work in this game. Blake Nicholson, our Pilgrim, came alive. A lot of stuff, man. Like, y'all better give Mike. Y'all better start giving this man his flowers. The same energy we did to troll him. I got put up there, man. I put up there that you gotta, if you're gonna bash my guy Derek Ray, you gotta give him props. And somebody's like, well, yeah, he constructed that roster that beat Alabama. And they said, well, he also constructed the 2-10 roster. I said, which he also constructed the 10-3 and the 13-1 rosters. Like, if you look at D Ray's impact, it's been pretty damn good. If his trajectory goes well, he had 1 really, really bad season out of the 4. So kudos to him. Kudos to those guys continuing to get better. I'm looking forward to, I'm still going to stick with my 8 wins until I see them play Virginia. If we go out and we handle Virginia, we handle business against Virginia in the manner in which we should handle business, then you will see James Coleman start telling some elite lies. We beat Miami. I'm booking hotels in Charlotte, and I'm throwing up the tailgate link because there ain't shit else on our schedule that's going to compare to that. And I'm probably going to go to Clemson, and I might have to ask one of y'all to come with me because we're going to need some help getting all that content. So Bert, that's actually, Bert, put up what Bert put. That's actually the greatest thing about that. You got the talent in the transfer portal, but you hit early on some young recruits. And remember last year we had to play the Jits movement. You got to play the Jits movement going on here with the transfer portal guys, with some guys that you finally are starting to see develop that have been in the program for a few years. This is starting to look and give the taste of a well-balanced program. Because no matter what anybody says, maybe Bama's on the downside. Bama still had more talent than us. That's still Alabama. That's a good-ass program that they went out there and they dominated. And outside of a muff punt, you would have, if that punt didn't get muffed, it would have got out of hand. Like, Florida State would have drove down the score. They would have beat them by 21. So, hey, Harold Clemens, shout out to that, man. Appreciate it. Go Canes. Hey, Ruben Bain looked good. I can't hold you on that one, dog. Let me know for my Hurricane fans, if you want a Hurricane hat, you gotta let me know. I got them before I use them. You got about a month before. If these things don't get off my hand in a month, I'm using them as for firewood.
FSU fans were wondering when FSU football was going to give them the cinematic recap from the week 1 game against Alabama, and FSU football decided to put this post on their X account saying, "Eyes up, our new monthly in-season access show's first episode posts Wednesday, September 24th, exclusively on the Seminoles Unconquered app." So many are speculating that this 2-minute and 20-second video is the new iteration of the recap right here. So I'm going to play it for you guys without sound because there's some music in the background to show you guys this FSU football recap.
Oh, you might see somebody in this.
Might see somebody with the MFTK hat on in this video, so please be on the lookout.
Do you know, like, again, to the people who don't know, man, like, listen, bro, everybody knows what MFTK means and what it's about. Is it like music in the background, Jaden?
Yeah, there's music in the background.
Okay, yeah, I get it.
Infamous
That's iconic,
chicken.
right? There's some goats in that. Ooh, look, that boy look like me out there. Nah, I've never looked like that. I ain't gonna hold you. Makai is a lot faster. I could jump higher. I think this is when you're gonna see your boy. Yeah, I see you 3-6. All right, okay. There's no competition. Let's just put a pause on that real quick, Jaden. This is good. All right, that's the FSU's official cinematic recap, right? Can we play our cinematic recap? Because I like ours. It's up there. It's in the content somewhere. I like mine. You know, maybe it's because it's homegrown a little bit, but shout out to my dog Steve, the shooter that I told you Steve almost got me in trouble, right, Jaden?
No, you did not.
So Steve was like, "Hey man, can you get me on the sideline?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, I'll get you on the sideline." Man, Steve bring that big ass camera, man. Is like I think ain't nobody gonna notice him. Like, I'm talking about it's a big ass, good ass camera, and everybody on the sideline with a camera has the little jacket, and then he's like, "Big Game sent me Big Game," and then Derek was like, "Oh, I know who Big Game is," and I'm like, "This motherfucker right here." And but Derek was like, "Nah," he's like, "You're good. Just ask me, James."
That's right. You get him a little jacket.
Oh, this is Steve's. Steve's is good. I got one though that's on our YouTube that I got. Chris took the content that Steve gave and edited. Steve wasn't gonna do this without me giving him the idea of it though. I said, "No, do cinematic recaps." We're about to start doing these for Mandarin University as well. So that catch right there was clutch, man. Squirrel White might be my guy right now for that. And then Deuce Robinson on the block for Makai. just clutch stuff, man. I can talk a lot. There's a lot of food on this game still. We're gonna be eating off of this game. We're gonna be eating off this game for a little bit. So, but we can go ahead and get to the next FSU stuff.
So, since somebody in the chat previously mentioned the Ethan Pritchard story, we have an update courtesy of a GoFundMe that was created on their behalf. So, I wanted to share the GoFundMe with you guys right here. Prayers and support for FSU player Ethan Pritchard. It has a $130,000 goal, and they've already raised $102,902. 79% of the goal has been completed. So Carl Calhoun is organizing this fundraiser on behalf of Earl Pritchard. I assume that's Ethan Pritchard's father. So going to read this description right here for you guys first. Ethan Pritchard, a beloved FSU football player, is currently fighting for his life after suffering a gunshot wound while driving his aunt home following FSU's victory over the number 8 ranked Alabama. Tragically, Ethan's car was mistaken for someone else's and was fired upon, leaving him critically injured but stable in the hospital. Ethan is cherished by so many from his hometown of Sanford, Florida, to fans and friends across the entire state. During this unimaginable time, we are asking for your support. All funds raised will go directly toward helping Ethan and his family with medical expenses, travel, and the many needs that arise as they navigate this heartbreaking journey. Your generosity, prayers, and love mean more than words can express.
It's a specific donation. If you look at the Keep Climbing Foundation, I think it's at the that's Mike Norvell's foundation. Mike Norvell put $10,000 of his own money. I don't know who Jim Owens is or James Wilson. Oh, and D. Ray, shout out, thank you, Jim Owens, dope. But the Keep Climbing Foundation and Derek Ray, who is Florida State's GM, making those donations is great. 1,189 of you donated, and I think that is amazing to this young man. I know the is so. Here's what happened. And this is why I always tell people, be careful about talking about hoods. There's a projects and there's a hood everywhere, no matter how big or small the town is. Gadsden County is kind of like Clay County, or even St. Johns County is. It's multiple small cities. You have Havana, you have Quincy, you have Chattahoochee, you have other places, right? I'll say this. There's been some issues going on between the hoods, and he was at a family gathering, driving his aunt home. I had no idea that he had family that way, but I got some really reliable sources out that way. Really good people out there, and they said he was just at a stop sign, and they thought that he was one of the people who had been shooting at the neighborhood. So they opened fire on him first, and I think that's foolish anyway. But it's just a young man who was doing right by his family and got hit. Now, here's how I know he's going to be something. He got hit in the head.
Yeah.
And then got out and ran. Ran for help. Everybody I know been shot in the head, man, a little crazy. If you can take that and you have the wherewithal to do that, you're going to be fine. Bud Crawford got shot in the head, drove himself to the hospital. My guy Monster got shot. Got arrested dead when he was younger, and but I hope that this guy is fast recovery. I'm glad that his family, for any of the complications or anything, they should have enough money to be able to afford this. And this is the beautiful thing that I wish we did more in when we had triumph or things were in good times. But the fact that people can come together during a tragedy of this nature and be able to support somebody, I think that's amazing. So kudos to him, to his family. Major shout out to Mike Norvell. Major shout out to Derek Ray for putting their money where their mouth is. Really appreciate those guys doing great things.
Make sure to please go on the GoFundMe if you want to support. It is right here. So if you look up Ethan Pritchard GoFundMe FSU. It should be the first result that pops up in your web browser for you guys. But yep, he is almost at the goal. So make sure to get him over that $130,000.
I'm gonna be honest with you, dog. It's the goal going to increase. I'm not mad at that either. Like, make as much money, not make as much money, because raise as much money as you can, because you never know. I hope he's able to play again. I know Florida State will honor his scholarship regardless. But you never know what else is going to happen for that young man. Hey, I'd rather this keep going up than my goddaughter's volleyball fundraising campaign. Those greedy sons of bitches. They asked for $10,000 at first, right? Somebody wrote the check for $10,000 and they keep upping it. Like, I think it's like at $50,000 now. It don't cost no $50,000 to run no volleyball program. But again, if anybody wants to go donate, have we retweeted the GoFundMe, Jaden?
No, but I will definitely do
We'll
that.
retweet it on Sports Den's _live. I gotta change that to Den Media Group. Anyways, we'll retweet that on our socials, so that you guys can easily be able to find that and be able to donate to that as well.
For the FSU basketball fans, we have landed 2 new commitments, guys. So I just wanted to breeze through these right quick. FSU has landed the commitment of 4-star 6'7" wing Colin Powell from West Palm Beach. So with 3 4-star commitments, Luke Laux and the Seminoles currently have the top ranked class in the country for 2026. Along with the news of Mr. Paul, we had an NBA legacy player commit. So Luke Laux and Florida State have reeled in another to the top ranked 2026 recruiting class, hooking 4-star guard Brandon Bass Jr. His dad on the left played in the NBA for 12 seasons as well. So the Laux era is off to a great start on that commitment trail, James. And I just wanted to update the FSU basketball fans out there that, hey, it's looking like we're in good hands with this new coach.
And you heard Michael Alford talk about Luke Laux and why he brought him in and bringing the NBA mentality to the college game. And it looks like he's reeling in on those connects. Relationships matter in recruiting just as much as the money does. So he's going to have expectations. Let's go out and get it.
Speaking of going out and getting it, let's talk about the ladies. So the FSU soccer team defeated Stetson 7-0 in their return home. Just wanted to shout out to the FSU Soccer Club for doing their thing and keep on being dominant, man. Hopefully we get another championship.
We're a football school.
Hey, those people biting their teeth right now, shaking in their boots, man. They're shaking in their boots.
Just won championships at every level. Let's get it.
Let's get it. And speaking of winning championships, this team is ranked pretty high to win the championship this year, and that's none other than Penn State. But we have some news regarding their brand. So Penn State is switching from Nike to Adidas as the school's apparel provider, pending approval from the school's board of trustees. And so Brett McMurphy reported on this. Man, looks like Adidas had to up the bag compared to Nike, make this switch, and it looks like the Lions are having a new logo on their uniform. Just wanted to share that with you guys. Or any
Florida State, please don't ever go to Adidas. I unless they're giving us the old Yeezy molds. I like the Yeezys; they're comfortable shoe. Kanye crazy as hell, but if we're going into college stuff, make sure you give me a Florida and a Miami segment if we don't have those in there already. Somebody asked a pertinent question about a kid I like, so I always want to big up my Mandarin U alum.
We're about to go into some ACC, so you can talk about Florida if you want, because I know somebody in the comments mentioned Trammell by name. So yeah, definitely take this time to
Yeah.
speak on the QB2 at Florida.
Tramel did very, very well. Jaden, if you go to Mandarin's Twitter page, there's a clip of Tramel's highlights. I mean, to even though it was Long Island University, the fact that Tramel a year to the day of that game, Tramel had broke his ankle at Mandarin against Atlantic Coast. So he for him to be able to come out there and compete the way he did was really impressive. He was very crisp. He's very knowledgeable. He's a very smart kid. We put a lot on him at Mandarin. And I said that's actually the reason why his stats probably didn't take off his sophomore year, but he figured it out his junior year and was Swiss cheesing cats. And that senior year, like if he doesn't get hurt, we blow everybody out. I think we beat IMG as well. He was just so smart with where he put the ball at, but you can just run that while we're talking. But just he throws a pretty ball. He reminds me of. He's not again. Hear me when he reminds me of a Chris Leak type quarterback. Just his demeanor is very stoic. He never gets too high, never gets too low. He's athletic. He get through, but yeah. So we'll keep it up.
Before we get into some ACC talk regarding UNC James, the other Big Three Florida school that needs discussion is Miami. Miami ended up beating Notre Dame at home at the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida, and they have cracked the top 10. Well, they were ranked number 10 in the preseason poll, but now they're even further closer to that one spot, James. And I know Baby Jesus, as they call him, Mr. Tony, is a great freshman prospect as well. Also, you have Carson Becker, quarterback, and not to mention Mr. Rubin doing his thing on the defensive side of the ball. So how do you fare Miami's season going this season? And what did you want to talk about specifically with Miami with regards to that week 1 matchup against Notre Dame?
110 is a problem. Like that slot receiver is he does everything. He's really, really good. Carson is going to give you some of the same headaches that Cam Ward gave you, but for different reasons. Cam Ward was able to, and I saw somebody, I think it was Harold, put in there about TC being schizo, and can he handle that? I don't think Carson. A couple of the big plays that were made, the one-handed grab, great catch, great throw, probably should have been sacked if we're being 100% funky about it. You understand? So like Carson did a great job of extending the play with his feet, but he's not scrambling and he's not a threat to run like that. Even though Carson is very fast when he gets to moving, he doesn't want to run though. And I think when you start playing teams that can figure you out a little bit, they're going to put more pressure on him. But Miami's O-line was good. I thought I was going to see a little bit more out of the running game. They were doing really good with this concept. It's not new. It's gap on linebacker or double team up to the linebacker. It's a duo. They were gashing. That was what really shocked me, was how they were really physical with Notre Dame, which is that's supposed to be what they're good at, is their defensive line. It's supposed to be more physical. But they were like, duo is one of the just basic. I'm gonna line the fuck up. We're gonna double team your D tackle to the line to the next level, and we're just gonna try to whoop your ass. And Miami did a really good job of that. But Mario Cristobal, until Mario Cristobal learns how to get out of his own way, they're going to struggle. They're going to always struggle in big games, and he's going to out coach himself. They got conservative when they shouldn't have got conservative. I mean, it was some things that just, and that field goal kicker is going to disappoint them a little bit in some times, because he missed the kick and they muffed one that probably shouldn't have been missed or muffed. So, like, imagine they're going to be in some adverse environments. But the cool thing is they don't have to leave the state of Florida, I believe, until like November. So, like, they play every game in the state, which is crazy.
Getting their schedule pulled up for you right now, just so we can fact check what you just said. And yes, if you guys aren't aware of Miami's schedule, they will not be leaving the state of Florida until November 1st against their matchup against SMU. But don't take my word for it. Got it right here for you guys. So they played Notre Dame at home Then they're going to be playing Bethune-Cookman at home. Next, they're going to play South Florida at home, Florida at home. Then they're going to Florida State, playing Louisville at home, playing Stanford at home, then finally going to Dallas to face off against SMU on November 1st. So November 1st is the first time Miami will play out of state this season. So, man, that home field advantage, that home state advantage is something that cannot be denied, man. Cannot be denied.
I mean, yeah, but the crazy part is you said they got South Florida. Go back, pull the schedule. So basically, them and UF are just doing the same thing. They obviously they're beating Bethune-Cookman, like they stole something. South Florida game should be interesting because so they got South Florida, Florida, right before they. Ooh, you know what? I gotta give Miami's schedule a wee bit more respect than what I've given it. I apologize. South Florida's not a duck, or at least from what we saw, they're not a duck. Florida isn't a duck. Florida State isn't a duck. Louisville always plays them competitive. And then their first real road game is going to be, it's not a hostile environment, but it's a quaint environment in Dallas, SMU game November 1st. Man, if they get through that, if Miami gets through the thick, that 4-game stretch undefeated, man, then they basically, I don't want to say moonwalk, but if they can get through that month, they have set themselves up to be for all the hype that would be deserved, regardless of how you feel about the teams. That would be impressive. That would be an impressive 4-game stretch there. Especially if you can, if you're healthy, then they'll probably dominate the back half of their season.
Speaking of ACC talk, James, with UNC's 34-point loss to TCU, things are not looking good for the Tar Heels. And it's not looking good even more because Bill Belichick has banned Patriot scouts from attending UNC practices to scout their players, according to John Middlecoff, courtesy of Ari Meroff. So NFL scouts in general have faced hurdles scouting UNC players so far under Belichick's tenure at North Carolina. So, James, if you were in Belichick's position as the head coach of UNC, being the former head coach of the Patriots, would you make the same move by banning the Patriot scouts from attending the practices, or is this a bad look for the long-tenured coach?
I think this is a bad look. Like, I don't understand why you would ban any, specifically one team. I don't know what happened. I mean, damn.
I mean, talking trash.
It's only 32 teams. The whole goal is to get kids in the league. Like you can't say North Carolina they're going to go pull the quarterback. Nah, you can't go to the Patriots because you played at North Carolina.
We know this man steady. We know Robert Kraft has been saying it's been him, and Tom Brady is the real reason for all those Super Bowls ever since he left. I just think he's trying to stick it to the organization.
I guess so. I mean, but ain't that much talent on that roster. Now, I will say this though, it hasn't hurt recruiting. They flipped. It's not this class, but they flipped a guy from Miami. Or they're supposed to be flipping a guy from Miami, and they flipped another kid. So it's 227 commitments, which is, I don't know, man. I don't think this Belichick experiment don't look like it's going to work.
This first year, I think, is going to be extremely tough because of the ire or more like disdain he's shown the media in the past. Now they're getting their chance to jump on him when it's really just the first year in the first game.
Well, Saban was 6-6 his first year. Lost to Bobby Bowden. That last time we Florida State beat Bama was when Xavier Lee was the quarterback in Jacksonville, Florida. And so this is something similar, maybe.
They're already trying to say how it affects his legacy. When Saban in the NFL failed, that it blew over. I think it's a lot to do for nothing.
Oh, without a doubt. Definitely much ado about nothing.
So we have this article courtesy of ESPN to get more insight on the ban. So
Stephen A. Smith is really long and skinny in real life.
Really?
Yeah, I saw him at the Miami game. It was just like ain't nobody. There is absolutely zero intimidating about Stephen A. Smith. So all that tough guy talk, like just and his suits don't look like they're very well tailored. They look like Steve Harvey suits.
Yeah.
Like so. My bad. Go ahead, Jaden. I had to get that off my heart.
no, you're all good. You're all good. North Carolina and first-year coach Bill Belichick have banned Patriot staff from accessing the Tar Heels program. Excuse me. So, when reached by ESPN, North Carolina football general manager Michael Lombardi said, "Good luck," and then hung up the phone. UNC also declined comment. So Lombardi and Tar Heels pro liaison Francie Jordan informed the Patriots that they would be banned from UNC the day before one of their scouts was scheduled to visit in August. So, two NFL scouts who work for other teams told ESPN that UNC under Belichick offers limited access to all NFL personnel. Clubs are allowed to speak only with Jordan, and UNC's college relations website says that, quote, scouts will have zero access to coaches or other personnel people, unquote. The term zero access appears 3 times on UNC's college relations website, a page accessible only to NFL personnel. One scout said NFL personnel are only able to watch 3 periods of practice at UNC. Each college program varies in access to NFL personnel, but the scouts said that many programs allow scouts to watch full practices. One scout told ESPN, quote, "Can't think of another school with a statement of zero access," unquote.
Yeah, that just doesn't. That seems very weird to me.
Yep, he's in a new time, in a new era, and these kids ain't gonna let him forget. So this is the TCU football players trolling Bill Belichick and his girlfriend Jordan Hudson with this funny picture they decided to remake of Bill Belichick at the beach with his girlfriend. Man, TCU kids, they was not gonna let Bill forget that BTA session, man. But as they should. So I have this funny post right here, courtesy of College Football Report, and it's just a quick update on what each of the fan bases are saying right now, James. So let's start out with FSU. We got Karma is a B. Bama. Thought that was hilarious. That's why I got the inclusion in the notes. But let's just go from left to right, from the top. So Texas is saying Arch will be fine. Bama saying Rome has fallen. LSU, we're the real Death Valley.
Fair enough.
Fair enough, for sure. Ohio State, we are number 1. Michigan, Bryce Underwood is generational.
Damn sure look like it.
Natty or bust. Karma, like we said, it's over.
It's never started.
What happened to Klubnik? Sellers for Heisman. The Big 12 is ours to lose.
Fair.
We're so back. Grass isn't always greener, Nico. Oof. Dampier is the truth. Playoffs or bust. And lastly, our coordinators are awful. I think it's a pretty well summarized fan base sentiments from college football.
USC should always be playoffs or bust. They're the big dog on the West Coast. I can't believe they recruit they've always recruited well. They just can't win. And Lincoln Riley went from having like 3 straight number 1 picks. Oh, and excuse me, 3 number 1 picks. He had Murray, Baker, Jalen was a second rounder. He had somebody else.
Caleb Williams.
You said who?
Caleb Williams.
Oh yeah. Yeah. He went from that to like all of a sudden he can't fucking coach. What the hell's going on? So like that's 4 guys. I do think a lot of this stuff is overreactional, except for Florida State. We don't give a fuck about the rest of the season yet. We'll worry about the rest of the season when it comes. We cared about beating fucking Bama. That's all we cared about because everybody told us our mind is in the right place. And Alabama is not as bad as what people think they are. Like they just got whooped. And Arch will be fine. It's just we told y'all Arch ain't generational yet. Like he got a great last name, but like he got like You ever seen, like, everybody thinks, was it Chrysler 300 look like a Phantom until the Phantom show up. And that's what happened. Like, but most of that stuff was pretty fun. Auburn is definitely, I got to see more of Auburn before I even pretend to say that they're back.
Thought that was a hilarious recap of the college football fan base sentiment. Shout out to College Football Report for compiling funny picture like that. We have some news from the feds, James, the NCAA feds, if you will. So the NCAA Football Oversight Committee voted to support a single transfer portal window in January, James. So with this single transfer portal window, how would that shift the transfer portal landscape in terms of college football, and what disruptions would that cause for the game?
It wouldn't really cause much. It would just make it more organized. It'll make it more like NFL free agency. The guys who would be able to transfer, like for early graduation, which I really think should be your plan anyway. Like, so what I'm trying to do with my son and what I try to tell everybody else to do, especially if you graduate early from high school, get some college credits and have the idea that, you know, if you have to redshirt, you're either going to the league by your redshirt sophomore, after your redshirt sophomore year, or you're preparing to be at that college for one more year, or you're trying to transfer out because you know where you're going to be at. If you graduate, you can transfer as many times as you want to because you have your degree. But with this right here, they still need to get one transfer, a one-time transfer, penalty free. Outside of that, they really need to go and just, like, I don't mind this at all. It just keeps everything clean. It'll be making people have to do a really fast process. But you know, they do need to have something where they clean everything else up. So real quick, breaking news for the fantasy football draft. I got an A. It says my team should be able to finish first. You know what the strongest part of my roster is, Jaden?
The top.
The kickers. My kicker is my strength. But I have Bijan, Cheetah, Kyron Williams, Devonta Smith, Jerry Jeudy, Brock Purdy again. I have him in both my leagues. Emeka Egbuka, Miles' guy. Dallas Goedert, which I could have used him yesterday. Khalil Shakir, Braylon Allen, Jaden Higgins, Jake Bates. Shout out to Mandarin Zone. I got Pop. Demario Douglas. Pop gonna get played every week because of that. Amari Cooper and Gesundheit from the tight end from the Titans. Chig Okonkwo. Okonkwo. It got to be that, right? Okonkwo. Chig Okonkwo. I need to get another quarterback, but that's okay. But that's just my draft. I just wanted to be proud of my draft right now. Again, I don't believe in actually sitting there and picking my players.
What? You got to know who you're going against. That way, like if you're going against a bunch of Jaguars fans, you can probably come up because they're going to come early to get BTJ.
Oh, they gave us the points already.
Yeah, you should still get the points. So if you're drafting CeeDee Lamb, you already know how many points he got.
So I got Goedert. I can't replace him in Devontae Smith. Damn it. I didn't want Devontae Smith playing. I'm going up against Justin Fields. A chain. Who am I playing? Mike Williams. Me and Mike Williams are going at each other. I might want to start doing like a little a fantasy football recap of this stuff.
It's this one. This one filled up quick. Usually it takes a while.
That shit filled up. As soon as I posted that bitch, they filled up.
Rack up. But what's good about last night's game, you got to see Dallas. If you got Dallas as running back, it looks like they're going with mainly a one back. He's going to carry the workload.
Yeah. But my bad, Jay. We can go back. Just had that fantasy football update.
No, you pretty much answered my questions. I just asked if this would provide any disruptions to the transfer portal process, but you said it would make it more like the NFL free agency window, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Cool. Just wanted to update the college football fans on this process. We would definitely keep you guys updated on the single transfer portal window details and information as it is released to the public. James, shout out to Projection Sports, man, because we're about to use this to make a college parlay for you this weekend. But let's just take a look at the games before we take a look at some potential parlays. So today, you have Western Illinois facing off against Northwestern, Northern Illinois facing off against Maryland, James Madison facing off against Louisville, and Eastern Washington versus Boise State. We're going to get into the NFL schedule as well, but for now, we're just going to talk about college. So, James, if you take a look at these Friday games, any of them you willing to bet on, or you just want to move to Saturday?
Let's look at the the overall, like, what's the lines. So I don't know if Louisville, like, damn, I can't really bet the money line. That's a high money line, right?
Yes, very high. Do you think they'll have the spread, 17 points?
Yeah, that's where it gets hard. I don't know shit about James Madison's FCS, right? James Madison, no, they're FBS now. They were good a couple of years ago. They got a good coach. I'll bet the over on that. Wait a minute, hold on, because I think Louisville can score 30. Nope, never mind. Changed my mind. I'm betting the under. I'll bet the over Maryland, Northern Illinois. I bet the under on Northwestern, Western Illinois. And I just don't know what Boise State has. That's pretty decent. That's interesting. I don't like. I feel like I know who's going to win. I just don't know. I don't trust it enough to like. I don't trust those spreads. I don't know what Boise State has offensively outside of they were run dominant last year. Give me the under for Boise State. I'm taking the points with FIU.
Wait, you said you're taking.
Oh, that's tomorrow. My bad. That's tomorrow. We don't have to do it. No, we're just doing straight today. So what's $5 get me?
You will get $60.04 in profit.
Yeah, I don't even feel confident betting $5 on that.
So we can take a look at Saturday's games as well. Starting, let's see. Let me make sure I got this pulled up for you properly. So these are the viewing guides as well for tomorrow's slate of games right here. East Texas A&M playing Florida State in the same time block as Texas in San Jose State, as well as FIU at Penn State as well. SMU and Baylor, a in-state matchup that's looking to turn some heads as well. Illinois at Duke should be a great game. And Virginia at NC State have a lot of good games during this 12 o'clock slot, including Iowa and Iowa State right there for you as well. So these are the games that's happening on Saturday as well. Then you have some more games as well happening on Saturday. So I see up the top right there, UConn at Syracuse. I definitely want to take the Syracuse money line for that game, so Fran can bounce back from the loss from Tennessee. But let's get into the betting, James. So we're going to go back to Hard Rock. And you said you were taking which stat or which portion for the Penn State one?
Give me the plus. Give me the points with FIU. I'm going with Diamond, son. Over, but they're gonna win. Like, but my boy, no, not the over. Yeah, just 42. Iowa State, with minus 3.5. I think they're a touchdown better than them at minimum. I'm gonna go outright SMU. Wait a minute, I guess that doesn't make sense. Never mind, take that off. Give me SMU with minus 2.5. I'm gonna take Texas Tech with the points. I think they gotta beat the shit out of them. Nah, never mind. I'm gonna stay away from that. I don't know shit about Kent State. Give me outright Syracuse. Give me outright Liberty, even though I want Jacksonville State to win. I'm gonna roll with Cade. Give me Cade with the points. Pittsburgh. They're on offense court, so yeah. I mean, no, my bad. 21.5. I need Virginia to win more right now. Give me Virginia to win. I'm not that much of a degenerate. Ooh, Miles, we got a stake in this game right here. You know who goes to Kennesaw State?
Who?
Jaden.
Oh, really?
Yeah. My nephew goes there. I'm not touching.
Look at that.
I'm not touching that.
What the?
Yeah, I'm not touching that. Illinois is minus 2.5 to Duke. Oh shit. Man, I need Duke to win, man, but and give me the Illini. Give me the 2.5. Texas is gonna beat the shit out of them. I'd rather take the over on that than anything else because they're gonna run the score up. Yeah, I'm not okay. That's all the 12 o'clock. So we just doing 12 o'clock, or we doing the whole day?
No, we can do the whole day, but this is just in chronological order.
Give me 5 on that. What's that gonna get me? See, that's a good $5 bet right there.
Well, there's a lot plus money on it.
A 9-leg parlay.
Yeah, that's if you hit that.
Hey man, I like a lot of those. Like all I need for the FIU one is FIU to score once.
Iowa State ones.
But yeah, let's see what other games. Ole Miss, Kentucky. What's oh, they're on the road. I like Kentucky right there, believe it or not. Yeah, I may have to go play around with this a lot. I think it's a lot of gambles on this one right here.
We can look at the let's see. Yeah, so this 9-leg parlay will turn $5 into $1,045. So, ooh, man. You also have some more popular games like Michigan, Oklahoma, and some a ranked matchup right there. South Florida versus Florida.
What's the spread for South Florida versus Florida? I like that. I would take South Florida with the points. That's either going to be a blowout or it's going to be a disaster for UF. Personally, I'm praying for disaster. Did you know that Lagway had a 29 QBR?
Yeah, I did see that. I did peep the QBR. But we're going to come back to Hard Rock because we're going to be making some bets for week 1 of NFL. But before we do that, we're going to dive into the start of the NFL season last night. So the Cowboys and the Eagles played in Philadelphia, and then there was the weather delay. There was lightning caught on camera, actually, caused the players to have a weather delay. The game ended around the late third quarter mark, and they had to resume the game at around 11:30, I might add, from like the 3-minute mark of the third quarter. So the game ended really late, but the Eagles got the dub 24-20. So when they had the weather delay around that 4-minute mark, you see the 4-4-4 right there in the third quarter. The final score was 20-24, and that final score stayed until the end of the game. Nobody scored any more points after that weather delay. So let's dive into this game because I had so much topics that happened from this game. So let's get into it. The first being of that lightning picture we recently just shared with you guys. That purple lightning strike is crazy. I don't know if that means the Ravens are going to the Super Bowl or what, but I hope they do, man. I hope they do go to the Super Bowl. So let's get into the box score of the game before we get into the personal nitty-gritty details surrounding this game as well. So let's pull this up courtesy of ESPN and get started with it. First and foremost, right here, let's talk about the first drives of the game for the team. So these are how the first drives went for this game. Dallas' first drive was a touchdown. Eagles' first drive, touchdown, 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 field goal, touchdown, field goal, field goal. So between these these first 8 drives, they all resulted in a score from both teams. So let's get that out of the way. And then let's talk about some players. Dak Prescott went 21 of 34, throwing for 188 yards with a QBR of 58.7, compared to Jalen Hurts, who went 19 of 23, throwing for 152 yards, who had a QBR of 93.7. Javonte Williams seems like the single back, the priority back for the Dallas offense, had 15 carries for 54 yards and 2 touchdowns, as well as Jalen Hurts having 14 carries, 62 yards for 2 touchdowns, and the offensive player of the year, Saquon Barkley had 18 carries and 60 yards for 1 touchdown as well. CeeDee Lamb went off despite having major drops. We'll get into that. He accumulated 7 receptions for 110 yards, and you can only imagine how much that number would have increased if he would have caught some balls. And George Pickens went 3 of 30. So you had Jahan Dotson, 3 of 59, was the leading receiver for Philadelphia. Dallas Goedert, 7 of 44. Saquon, 4 receptions. Devontae Smith, 3 for 16. And lastly, one of the major talking points of this game is that A.J. Brown only had 1 reception. And might I add, that was in the fourth quarter, and he accumulated 8 yards. Sorry if you had the A.J. Brown props for your parlay, but let's take a look at the team stats as well to solve these discrepancies. Let's just go down all the way to the penalty section because it seems like the refs were making it terrible for the Eagles. Eagles accumulated 9 penalties worth 110 yards compared to Dallas's 4 penalties for 42 yards. Dallas had 1 fumble that was recovered by the Eagles defense. And then
right before the lightning
delay, the Eagles accumulated more rushing yards, but the Cowboys had more passing yards as well. Their total yards only differed by 5 total yards. They had the same amount of drives, but the Eagles had completed 6 more plays than them as well. So
what was the top?
The top was 25 minutes compared to Philadelphia's 34 minutes. So almost a 10-second difference in top for you right there.
10 minutes at top is going to win. You're going to have a good night. Like, that's a good night right there, man. If you lose getting 10 minutes at top, man, that's a bummer right there.
This is what they're saying CeeDee Lamb looked like last night, even though he did get 7 receptions for 110 receiving yards, because CeeDee Lamb had 2 key drops on Dallas's final drive for you guys. And if you don't believe me, hey, Don't take my word for it. Take the stats word for it as well. Let me pull this up for you. So you can see that this is the Cowboys' last drive right here. If you look at these descriptions for you, that Dak Prescott incomplete, pass to CeeDee Lamb right there, 2nd and 5, and also as well another incompletion to CeeDee Lamb on that 1st and 10 for you. So he had some key drops where it mattered the most, James, and fans on social media are ruthless, and they made this quick edit right here.
Oh, they were tough catches. He had to lay out for that last one, but it did hit him in his hands. I mean, it was, if you see the catch, not everybody would have been able to get in position to make that catch.
Yeah, the diving one was definitely difficult, but the one right in his face,
that other one I got
was,
nothing
man,
for. I got nothing.
that was difficult to watch. But CeeDee Lamb, he still balled out despite the 4 drops. I mean, he could have had over 10 receptions, over 130 yards easily with the catches. So, man, you can only get better at that. Can only get better.
Gave him nubs.
So, despite CeeDee Lamb's drops, despite AJ Brown not getting touches, only getting reception in the 4th quarter, so the beef started before the game with this game. So I know for the football fans, you've probably been seeing this circulating in the media, but the Georgia boy himself, Jalen Carter, got ejected before the first play of the game for what people assume that he caused this confrontation and spit on Dak Prescott. That was the narrative floating around, that Jalen spit on Dak Prescott. He got ejected. But Jalen Carter's defense, Dak Prescott was shown spitting in the vicinity of Jalen Carter before the ejection took place. Might I add, again, before the first play of the game. So we're going to show the video right here, get into Jalen Carter's apology, and also look at the statement Dak Prescott had made to give you guys some clarity. So I'm going to play the video courtesy of Sunday Night Football on ESPN of Dak spitting, then of Jalen spitting. Pause.
Give me more. Ooh.
Ugh, every time I see it, it's just like,
His was nasty. Well, no, I'm saying Dax was like I don't know, man. That's like spitting the ground at somebody.
It was wrong, but you just know how these things work.
They always catch the second person.
Yeah.
So either way, what we can all agree on, the spitting is wrong.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So like, he did spit on him, whereas Dak spit at him.
Right.
Yes.
To get some Romeo and Juliet. Do you bite your thumb at me? I do indeed bite my thumb, but it's in your direction, but at you. Like, who knows? That's what the light skinned dude is going to do. But here's what I do know. He did a lot of that stuff knowing he can't fight. Everybody knows that Dak Prescott can't fight. We saw it happen in Panama City. We remember that day. I don't even like Hawk Tua. Don't do no Hawk Tua to me. Like my boy, Teddy P put, unless you're getting top. Like, nah, I don't know. No, I don't need all of that. That's the problem. Y'all watch too much of the adult educational films. And I don't want that either. Like, but yeah, man, it's crazy. That was wild.
So we have the Jalen Carter apology to his teammates and fans, courtesy of Tim McManus.
Yo, his hair is crazy right there. You gotta take the mute off your secondary thing, Jada. You're still not getting no sound.
Yeah, I don't know. That's weird.
It's just like if you look at the screen, it just shows
Yeah,
us
the
muted,
bottom.
and we can't unmute it.
Sometimes he's unable to do it too.
Yeah, I can't really see where you guys are talking about.
You're in as a guest or you're in as an admin, Jada?
It says I'm a host.
Yeah, so like if you look at the three things, like where the microphone is, like how mine shows is talking when you show, and if you look at his, it has the mute as the volume with a slash through it.
Oh yeah, on mine it doesn't show that. Yeah, I can't see that on mine.
Yeah, that's one of those sound. I mean, StreamYard shits I still haven't gotten fixed.
Yeah, take it, like close that out and then put it back up. I guess maybe, I don't know, but it only goes mute when we do that.
Let me try this right quick, see if it works.
See, like right now it doesn't have it.
Okay, bet.
All right, so it should work this time. Sorry for the difficulties, y'all. Thank y'all for still staying around.
From now on, we'll just
Hey, Jalen, could you explain what happened from your vantage point?
You know, it was a mistake that happened on my side, and just won't happen again. You know, I feel bad for just my teammates and the fans out there. You know, I'm doing it for them. You know, I'm doing it for my family also. But the fans, you know, they show the most love. You heard them out there today. Just not being able to start the game, even finish the game, just fucked me up. But we'll get it better. It won't happen again. I made that promise.
Just give him a little bit of room.
There's some footage later that showed that Dak may have done something first. Do you feel like he precipitated it?
No, I don't try to do nothing out of the ordinary. You know, anything that I feel like I have done something that is provoked. But you know, if it's something out there, y'all see it, we'll go off that. Yes.
Shit, like I don't know, man. There's the spitting on me that's something that'll drive me up a wall.
Thank you to Amazon Web Services and NBC for finding this fact in the heat of the moment, saying Jalen Carter is the first player on defending Super Bowl champion ejected in season opener. So, man, they put this stat out in real time and did that boy dirty in real time. But we actually have a statement from Dak Prescott on the spitting incident, courtesy of ESPN senior NFL insider Adam Schefter. I'm not going to read all of it, but I'm going to read the meat and potatoes of this. So let's get into it. Quote, yeah, I probably spit 1,000 times throughout the game. I mean, especially game day, maybe even in general. And something I guess I'm not proud of. But in that case, he was trolling, I guess you could say, trying to mess with Cowboys right guard Tyler Booker. I was just looking at him. I was right here by the two linemen, and I guess I needed to spit. And I wasn't going to spit on my lineman, and I just spit ahead. I would say he was back there and was in that sense, and he goes, "Are you trying to spit on me?" At that point, I mean, I felt like he was insulting me. I wouldn't spit on somebody. I'm damn sure I'm not trying to spit on you. We're about to play a game. I'm wondering why you're trying to mess with the rookie. And so when I step through, I actually say the words like, why the hell would I, excuse me, but I'm probably even more colorful. Why would I need to spin on for you? Assume that's supposed to mean spit. He just spit on me in that moment, excuse me. It was more of a surprise than anything. Refs obviously saw it through the flag. I was like, hell yeah, we get 15 yards to start the game off. Didn't realize he was getting ejected, just skipping around. I don't wish for anybody to get out the game. I'm sure he probably regrets that to some extent. I'm pretty sure he knows that I didn't try to spit on him or wasn't even aiming to spit on him. James, is this BS or what? Because it sounded like a bunch of alphabet soup, man.
It sounds like it just sounds like somebody just realizing that you got caught too on camera. So yeah, I think that's big. I'd rather him just say, "Hey man, I spit sometimes. I spit sometimes." Like when me and my guy Scott talk about like, hey, he's like, why? When Denny was like, why is every time you and Scott hang out with each other, somebody's getting slapped? Bitches need to get slapped sometimes. like he looked hot and needed to cool him down. I would have rather something crazy like that. But yeah.
Man, a sticky situation out there in Philly and Dallas. So, definitely a great way to start off this NFL regular season, though. Cannot lie. Very, very entertaining game for the Eagles. Eagles are the Super Bowl champs. And let's take a look at the Super Bowl ring evolution from the first Super Bowl till the most recent. The Green Bay Packers won the first Super Bowl. You can see the ring right there. Then you can see how the ring evolved to its latest version with the Eagles ring right there. Man, that difference is crazy. The diamonds are dancing for real. The diamonds are dancing.
Hey, I don't wear jewelry. I like both. I like the simplicity of the original, the OG one. And then I like the new age stuff. Like that one's more of a showpiece. But you rock that around, you're gonna get robbed.
Somebody's definitely looking at your hand if you are in that Eagles ring. So, fantasy football is starting, and I wanted to give the fantasy fans a quick little update on a specific running back. James, I don't think I heard you say his name, thankfully, but 49ers are listing running back Christian McCaffrey as limited at today's practice due to a calf issue, man. So, looks like he's on that injury block once yet again for any of the fantasy owners who did the foolish mistake, I might say, and pick him up for fantasy. Looks like he's not going to be playing for some time. So, calf issue once again, man.
Got the money, got paid, and got hurt. This is why people have the NFL, the pro mindset over college athletes, where it's different. Can't do it. You get long in the tooth.
Let's go from San Fran to Cincinnati because this wide receiver decided to do something nobody has ever done before. So, Bengals wide receiver Jamar Chase made a bold move by leaving Nike to sign with Fabletics, the apparel brand Kevin Hart is invested in. So, one of the NFL's biggest stars teaming up with one of the entertainment's biggest names, Chase will be the first NFL star Fabletics has ever signed, courtesy of the NFL insider fighter. If you know, you know, Jordan Schultz. So, James, it seems like Chase is trying to do something no other NFL player has done, and he has decided to put the pen in paper and actually make it come into fruition. So, what are your thoughts about him signing with the Fabletics brand? And do you see more NFL players signing with that athletic leisure brands like a Fabletics, like a Lululemon, like a Alo, for example?
I think it just shows you again. So when people talk about NIL and about money, the money, advertising money isn't as big for NFL guys as the contracts are. So what he probably did, he's going to get some money, but he's probably going to get equity. So if the company is going to continue to blow up, and a lot of these leisure brands, there's more to it than just like I got a built shirt on right now. This is like 7 years old. And still really good quality. Fabletics is more people walk around in athletic or track pants, as we used to call them back in the day, than they do in regular t-shirts, regular jeans. Like your athletic leisure wear is a brand of it in of itself. He can still have, because they don't make shoes, and the NFL is sponsored by Nike, so it's a double dip. So players aren't really getting money from Nike like that. What you're getting for the most part is you may get a little bit of money, but you get a lot of trade. And so a lot of guys end up, like you'll see them getting Jordans, buying Christmas gifts through their Nike deals or their Reebok deals or whatever deal that they have. I had a Reebok deal, and it wasn't a lot. It was more so just to make sure I got my cleats and everything else. But I think athletes should start doing this for the long-term potential if they really, really believe in the brand. This is essentially a small version of what Nike did with Jordan. I actually was going to try to convince Bryson to do this with the Domo company, but things happen with that. And right now, go get your bread. Until you truly, truly become an icon, then you have the leverage to be able to do the different things like this. But what the Nikes and the Adidas and all the other companies will do is they'll try to give you your own brand under the brand umbrella. So you have equity, you have more incentive to sell, but you get a bigger check because they know what you can do. I think anytime you bet on yourself, I think an athlete is well within their rights. I hope he continues to ball and perform well so that he can make this so that this looks really, really good for him and his family.
Hopefully soon we'll be seeing the Jamar Chase and Kevin Hart Fabletics commercials during the Bengals Sunday football games. Next, we have some news regarding another wide receiver, and this is regarding some retirement. So let's take a look at Amari Cooper. Yes, Amari Cooper, who just signed his one-year deal with the Raiders as of last week, has informed the Raiders that he no longer has any desire to play football and plans to retire. So he's a 5-time Pro Bowler. He accumulated 711 receptions, 10,033 receiving yards, and 64 receiving touchdowns. Definitely one of the top wide receivers in the league during his career. James, looks like Amari is unloosening the laces and hanging up his cleats because he's announced his retirement, man. Had a long season, had a great career, great stats, and he was definitely one of them ones for sure.
Really wish he would have. I really wish the guys would do this earlier. Don't wait so long to do this.
How many?
But he had to play over 10. I'll tell you how I remember the first year me and Denny were doing radio. We were at TPC, and it was the draft. Draft is always the last weekend in April. And then we were big on the Jaguars drafting Amari Cooper because we needed a wide receiver. We needed a number 1 wide receiver. And the Jags got Dante Fowler. And Dante Fowler tore his ACL in OTAs. And I remember Brent Martineau saying, well, him tearing his ACL, the Jags are deep at defensive end, so it doesn't really matter. And I'm like, well, if that's the case, then why the fuck didn't we draft a wide receiver where we're not deep at? And it was just tons of weird issues, but I mean, he's done well. Don't come talking about he's a Hall of Famer though. He's a good wide receiver.
Congratulations to Amari Cooper on retiring, and hopefully you have the best of luck in your future endeavors outside of football. So last night marked the start of week 1 for the NFL. And if your team hasn't, or if you are not aware, or if you are not aware of the starting quarterback for your team, excuse me for the mess up, here is a list of the starting QBs for week 1. So if you take a look at the QBs last night of the Eagles and of the Cowboys, you see Dak Prescott right there, as well as Jalen Hurts in the bottom second row, if you will. So if you guys have your team, please look and locate your quarterbacks to see who is starting for your team. If you guys did not know, for the Colts, you got Daniel Jones. And for the Saints, you got Spencer Rattler as well. And for the Giants, if you're a Giants fan, Russell Wilson is going to be your starting QB as well. And with this list right here, we have a powerful, powerful fact for you guys. So with the starting quarterbacks for week 1, 16 black QBs will take the field to start the season, the most in NFL history, and that is half of the NFL teams. So half of the NFL teams have starting black quarterbacks for this week 1.
And this is why I keep trying to tell people we gotta chill out on there is real racism. That's just not that's not what the NFL is doing. That's racist with Shedeur. Like, you can't do that and then have a ton of like fucking black quarterbacks. 1/3 of those are trained by Quincy Avery, I believe he said. So that'd be 6. That's pretty good. That's pretty elite, man.
Shout out to Quincy Avery and shout out to the black QBs on this list doing their thing for their respective franchises. Can't wait to see this NFL season go into its motion on Sunday. But there is a game that's happening tonight as well before the Sunday games, and that is the Kansas City and LA Chargers game that's happening tonight at 8:30 p.m. in Sao Paulo, Brazil. James, this is going to be on YouTube as well. But after that game, then there's going to be the typical Sunday slate of NFL games for you guys right here, courtesy of Projection Sports. We have the list right here for you guys as well. And there's also a Monday night game between the Vikings and Bears as well. So just taking a look at the viewing guide right here, we're gonna make another big games parlay for you guys.
Now this
right
is
here.
actually my picks. And now also, guys, remember, if you are colored, go participate in the pigskin pick'em. So if you lose this parlay, you could potentially, if you get more wins than anybody else, you get $50. So it's always something there for you. So I picked the Eagles on my first one, Jaden, but let's go ahead and run through the gamuts.
All right. So, James, are you going to pick tonight for any of the props with the Chiefs and Chargers?
Oh, I didn't even think about props.
Props, lines, anything.
Yeah, let's go with the prop. Let me go back and look at this. Click on this. Oh yeah, that's not gonna happen. That's too much going on. All right, let's I have to do this individually. So touchdowns. Only one I believe in is Kelsey or Pacheco or McConkey, but I don't want to do it. Touchdowns is tough. I'm gonna go the under on Patrick Mahomes with 246. I'm going to under on both quarterbacks. As far as on passing yards, let's go passing touchdowns. Ooh, they hit me on that one right there. Yeah, I don't want to touch that because I don't know what's going on with that. So receiving yards, I'm gonna go Kelsey with the over. And I think they're going to give McConkey. They're going to try to give McConkey that ball. So I'm going to go with that. I think Xavier gets over 60. I got to go back and find a guy who used to do all of the stat stuff. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go with Travis Kelsey with the over 50 yards. I'm gonna go to receptions though. I think that's probably more. I think Lag gets targeted 8 times. I believe Kelsey gets targeted over 5 times. I'm comfortable with those. Let's go rushing yards.
Juju Smith-Schuster is still there?
Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it?
What? And what? How is he collecting a check?
I just have a feeling that both running backs are going to get over 50 yards.
And Kareem Hunt is back. Wow.
Yeah, that's wild, isn't it?
Wow. Is Omarion Hampton starting over Najee?
Yeah, Najee was he had an injury. He has an injury.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I think Chris Jones is going to get a sack. And the one where I like to love to steal points, I think knowing the way they play the Harrison Butker is gonna get he's gonna get two kicks, 2 field goals. I'm good with that. With my little $5. Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah, I don't disagree with any of these picks.
Wait a minute. Hold on. You put something on there I must not have put on there. You got a 9-leg parlay, Jaden?
Yeah, which do you have 8?
No, I got a 9 one. Mine only do 655 though. With the bonus, with the profit boost. Over. Oh, okay. No, I put Chris Jones under Patrick Mahomes, Mario Hampton. Oh, why is yours saying lad 71? Oh, all right. That's why. I got it. I took McConkey off of the 71.5 and I put the 5.5 receptions.
Mm.
You're gonna hit on one of these, and I'm gonna be mad I didn't click it on mine.
I mean, it's just $5. That's it. But it gets me like motivated. Like I'm like, I got this. This gives me some reason to watch the game. I'm gonna be coaching on the sideline, cheering.
Shoot. Why you think I watched the whole game last night? It made me a smooth little honey off of not believing in Dak.
Yeah, that's really who. It's really we don't believe in Dak.
Yeah, that's 100%. Because he's had great teams, and he just has not found a way to get it done.
Let me see where my Jag. Can we let's do a Jags parlay. First and foremost,
easier to do.
I'm rolling with the Jags. So I'm gonna get, but -3.5 is tough in the NFL. I'm rolling with the Jags. Bump that. So I'm taking us with the win straight to 3.5. It's tough to pick the points. They got to throw it. BTJ got to score a touchdown, right?
Opening game, yeah. I mean, it's weird. AJ Brown didn't get he only got 1 target last night, so it can be funky the first game.
I'm going BTJ. I got faith in BTJ.
Yeah, I mean, who else?
Now, here's what I don't believe. I don't think Trevor getting 240 yards passing though.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm. That's a lot, man.
Well, I'm thinking, what's the game script gonna be like? Let's see. Panthers. I mean, we should dominate them, but damn, we're so hard to believe in.
I'm giving Brenton Strange over 28.5 yards. Ooh. I think De'Ami Brown gets over that too. That's too high for Brian but I think BTJ gets you one big play.
I think he should score.
I'm going BTJ over 73.5. I don't think Tetra's getting that much out the gate, dog. Some of these I don't like. Let's go rushing. I think Tank Bigsby gets over 50 yards rushing. And let's see. Do I want to have faith in the man with 2 last names?
We just get past them.
I'm just saying, like, do I think Josh Hines Allen gets a sack? We need him to get a sack. Oh, it's the Panthers.
Our Panthers.
Man, yeah, he's sacking the petite kid. And do we do a double fisted kicker? Because I like Cam, but we got to go tits for Fitz. Does Fitz get 2 field goals in his opening debut? I'm going Cam. I'm going Cam Little.
Did they have reception props?
Yeah, they have reception props. I just don't know what they're gonna do. I don't want to go against my dog Fitz. Hold on real quick. Let's call in a favor since we're gambling. She know. Yo, is Fitz getting two? Is Fitz gonna make 2 field goals this game?
He should.
You think? All right, so they're gonna at least be able to get in field goal range.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
But you're doing a parlay.
Yeah, I'm trying. I want to have faith in my dog.
You funny.
But I don't know about I don't know Black Boomhauer. I don't know if he's gonna be doing the wide receiver thing, and I don't know enough about your wide receiver Tetris to know. What about Petite Boy? Is Bryce looking okay?
Bryce looks great.
All right, man. The O line, is it better?
Way better. Are we on air?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But no, they're way better. I mean, they invested in it last season.
Oh, she was gonna tell you something better just a second.
Yeah, I shouldn't have said shit. I shouldn't have said shit. I'm over here, man. Fuck the Panthers. I'm trying to make this ain't about the Panthers beating the Jags. I need the money. Well, actually, part of it is the Jags beating the Panthers.
I'm just being honest with you. Like, now Icky, we don't know whether or not he's gonna play. He's day to day.
Icky's the left tackle from North Carolina State, right?
Yeah, because he had an appendectomy last week.
Left tackle.
Early last week.
Left tackle.
He's been day to day, so they said it depends on what he looks like at practice. I'll see in a few minutes, I guess.
So that's the dude with 2. So that's gonna be okay. All right. Yeah, we're gonna get dude with 2 last names. He gets 1 sack. Definitely. Yeah, Josh Allen made his last name. He decided to be grown and hyphenate his name like he got married. But it's Hines Allen now instead of Josh Allen because he wants to be differentiated from the other Josh Allen, but he should have been good and you wouldn't have had to differentiate. But he's playing better now, though. He's playing better now.
I mean, I wouldn't be so quick to tack on those stats now. I ain't gonna go that far.
It's just 1.
All right, you're going far now. Good God.
It's just 1 sack. That's all I'm saying. It's like if Icky was there, Icky's a mountain. But
not you building a parlay.
Yeah,
not you doing that.
I have to do something to keep me interested in this game because it could be boring. It could be great. I hope it's great.
Now, what y'all gonna do? I do think it's interesting that nobody's mentioning BTJ. Everybody.
Oh shit! No, it's because everybody wants to talk about my dog who looked like a blackface character. And that's Travis Hunter.
Oh,
but
everybody wants to talk about Travis Hunter. I'm like, y'all sleeping on BTJ.
BTJ is the number 1 wide receiver. BTJ is the number 1 wide receiver. Clearly, if he doesn't get off, then we're not gonna win that game.
I mean, people were really acting like that 1300 wasn't 1300.
I mean, he was nice. The problem is Trevor doesn't like him for some reason.
Wait, what?
Well, I'm just saying, based upon the way he distributed the ball to BTJ, it seemed that he hates him. Now, Mac Jones figured out something very smart, very quick.
Sorry, that's my pressure cooker.
No problem. Damn, what the hell are you cooking on Friday?
Oxtails.
Oh man.
Are you bringing oxtail down?
For me to be cooking oxtails.
Are you bringing food to Jacksonville?
Now, how am I bring oxtails with you? You bring the oxtails, I'll season them and cook them.
I ain't got time for all that, man. That's a lot.
See?
I'm just saying, just get
40 minutes.
Just get one of them good Tupperware containers and bring it on the plane.
Oh gosh. You're gonna have me spilling oxtail gravy and everybody cussing me out on the plane.
Yeah, we'll be in the press box eating, I want 1,000 pieces of rice, 1,000 rices, and some oxtails. And we just be in the press box because you can come over there and sit. You and Vashta can come over there and sit with us. Ain't like our people coming. And the people ain't.
I had brought some to Vashta during the draft, and she was like, "I'm pleasantly surprised." I said, "Let me find out you didn't think I could cook."
Vashta don't follow social media or something, dog.
I mean, she's seen my food, but she hadn't tasted it. And a lot of people be skeptical about oxtails. They're like, "Oh, it looks good, but how does it taste?" I'm like, "My oxtails are fire."
Tastes like beef with gravy.
It's because she's fit.
No,
you don't trust food.
It's
That's what it is. Yeah. It's because you're fit. I get it. Because they don't think they think people who look like they work out and do all the other stuff,
Yeah.
don't their
Rocky
food isn't
60,
seasoned.
40.
You're
Oh no, I be seasoning the hell out of my food.
gotcha. All right, well, I'll let you. I just needed to get this, so I need to know if I needed to bet on my dog, Fitzy. So we're gonna roll with that.
Yep. Let me know if you need anything else.
Yes, ma'am. All right, bye. All right, man. We're going with the kicker.
Xavier Leggett over under 3.
Nah, man.
Damn.
Oh, nah, yeah. Okay, so mine, I put $5 down. That's a stupid bet. This if I win this right here, if I win this parlay, I am going to I'll do a giveaway on Monday. Because this is a stupid parlay to win.
It got me excited. Though.
$5 for the $5 can win me $980. The Jags with the win with the points. Brian Thomas Jr. touchdown. I hate that it says anytime touchdown because anytime touchdown means he can run it in. Or it's just for
overtime.
Quarterback anytime touchdown has to be anything but a passing touchdown. I remember that's right. Trevor under the 240. Brenton Strange, I think he's getting 30. Brian Thomas Jr., 73.5. Tank Bigsby, over 50. Josh Hines, Allen getting a sack. Cam Little and Fitzy, 2 field goals apiece.
You just up the difficulty with that one.
That is, that right there just made it. Hold on. It's something else I got to get there. I want to change something.
If they got 2 field goals apiece, are the numbers there for those other players to get those stats?
Damn. Brenton Strange. I can't change Strange's. I thought they'd give you 30 yards. Man, you know what? Bump it. Yep, we rolling with it. I'm rolling with the 5. We'll do a give. If I win that one, we'll do a giveaway. Because that one's stupid. That doesn't make any sense. I'd be mad at myself if I did that too.
All right, so we are going to conclude this NFL segment with an NFL update for you guys, for any of my red zone fans out there. So, according to Ari Meirov, Scott Hansen confirms NFL Red Zone will have commercials in some capacity this season.
Ooh.
So there will be 4 15-second ads in the 7+ hours of Red Zone in week 1. There will not be full ad breaks where the football action disappears. Instead, the ads will run in a double box format with ad audio playing while NFL Red Zone continues in the other box. I know if you're a YouTube fan, YouTube started to do the double box with ads as well. But for my Red Zone fans, this is the new change to the program with the inclusion of 4 15-second commercial ads. Still not as bad as many would have speculated, James, but just wanted to update the fans with
Price
this
didn't
one
go
right here.
down. They gave us ads, and the price only increased. We're in a bad trend.
This is why we still cable. I got to get back to still in cable. Now that I don't have a grandmother that needs YouTube TV because she likes the channel guide, I got to get. Yeah, this is matter of fact. When is my YouTube TV subscription renew? Because that shit be hitting me in the head, man. Like they don't even ask your permission if it raises. They just raise it, and it's like come on, dog. Like y'all wild for that.
We lost the cable wars, guys.
Like everybody, we could just. I'll just like. When has a la carte ever helped anybody?
Right.
But now you just got to steal it. Yeah. You got to steal it, man. I appreciate you people who do it the right way, so that we the people who don't can flourish.
Now we are at our Big Games BS section for today. We're going to talk about some things outside of the typical football world. And if you're a regular here at the show, you know we like to start this section with our BS or busted topic. So this is where we look at a food item and ask James if he thinks the food item is BS or if it looks like it's busting. Today, we have some lamb chop garlic noodles to discuss. Got a video for you guys to see if it's BS or busting, and let us know what you think in the chat.
All right, the
You
lamb
don't
chops
even
look
see
good.
The noodles.
I'm with the lamb chops right now.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, I see that.
Oh, this the dude that they caught. Like he was flirting with the girl in the DMs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the black lady was like, "Hey, actually, you in my DMs and you married, so this is why you ain't got nobody. Like, why you in my business?
Stop it. Yeah.
Like, why? I don't understand why women like if you're a pretty woman, people are gonna holler at you more than likely. Like, no shit. Now, what you don't need is if you're getting unwarranted phalluses, then that makes sense. But like all this other, it's just
embarrassing.
Yeah, like he's still making money.
Yeah, exactly.
And now you're nobody again. Like just say you didn't want to be nobody. That's coul.
Except less people are in your DMs now.
Yeah, because they know you talk too fucking much. Could have parlayed that into some bread, maybe. At least a meal.
Yeah, look at
I'm messing that up all day.
God damn. I don't know which herbs and spices to use.
They look good. But I like lamb chops.
Yeah.
So
James gave us a verdict of a quick busing for the lamb chop garlic.
Like the noodles, like just saying, like I mean, we didn't. The noodles weren't even necessary to see if we liked them or not. Like the noodles, just noodles are noodles. Like you get a good little seasoning into it. But like I'm not. If I eat some really good noodles and that's the only thing I'm talking about with the meal, that's either some exceptional noodles or the other shit was trash. But like the lamb chops are good. The noodles can be mid if the lamb chops are good. So
definitely looks like a good meal right there for you guys. Next, we have some video game news for any of my gamers out there listening to this video. So, EA Sports has withdrawn its college basketball video game proposal as more schools choose to work with 2K instead of EA Sports. Man, I know fans really missed the EA college basketball, NCAA basketball games. But, James, it looks like 2K might be taking this thing over since more schools are looking to work with 2K instead of EA. If I just had to guess, it's definitely a money issue. But they're holding out for the fans because the streets need this game ASAP for sure.
Yeah.
It's like two evil, greedy companies, so you don't feel bad for either.
Yeah, I was just like, if we get it, great. If we don't, okay. I don't even. I think I'm just buying things off of nostalgia at this point. Like I don't even like. I don't think I've played the NCAA football game since like the first week. It's because I got to get another PlayStation.
Oh yeah.
It's like Trey just hogs it, and I don't feel like I need him to get in trouble so I can go play it. So. But if it comes out, we would probably just because he's a kid, he would probably want. I got him 2K, like the NBA one. I don't even know if he plays that.
Yeah, that takes some getting into.
Like the worst thing that happened was the game going away, so I don't even really play video games anymore like that. So
the college basketball game was always different style because you actually had to run plays.
Yeah.
Passes. I'm excited to see that come back, whichever, if it does.
Speaking of come back, this one is dedicated to my boxing fans out there. Because Floyd Mayweather and Mike Tyson, yes, agreed to exhibition fight. So Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather agreed to an exhibition fight courtesy of TMZ Sports. Both fighters have signed contracts, and the fight is scheduled for spring 2026. Whew, I can only imagine what that bag is looking like for these two to step in the ring. And we will keep you guys updated with the numbers associated with this contract. But James, it looks like Tyson and Mayweather are going in the ring. Are you going to tune into this fight, or is this just a money grab you're not participating in?
I'll watch it, but I'm not really interested in it. One, it's just different weight classes. They're going to do 2-minute rounds. Floyd stays in shape. Tyson is like your everyday man, but like I know there's no knockout going to happen. This is just a money grab.
Just wanted to update the boxing fans out there. And yes, this is courtesy of TMZ Sports. So if you guys are looking forward to watching this fight, it is currently scheduled for spring 2026. So James, that concludes the show for today. All the topics I had for the viewers out there. But do you have any last words to say to the viewers as we bring them into the weekend?
Nah, I mean, just appreciate everybody for chopping it up. We had great involvement on Monday, so and we need to try to continue to keep that energy up. We'll have a bunch of different things that we're gonna put out. I appreciate everybody tuning in and liking the different things. We'll try to continue to get more content. Remember, the Wednesday before we have a game, I'll be giving away a pair of tickets to FSU games. Sorry, we're not going to do the tailgate for this game. We'll probably try to do one for the Monday night game. We're going to continue to push the envelope, and hopefully the stream will work tonight for the Mandarin Sandalwood game. Please make sure you check those things out. Outside of that, man, I really appreciate you guys for chopping it up with me. We will see you guys next time.